Greetings, I am Aristotle, and welcome to another talk on my transition to the modern world, and join me in reflecting upon my past works, and how it may help us in the modern era. In these series of talks, I will apply my philosophies to help advance today's society. Enjoy listening, and thank you. Section 1, Bridging Aristotle's Insights with Modern Climate Challenges. As I navigate the expanse of time to address you today, it is with a sense of profound curiosity and an eagerness to engage with the knowledge that has unfolded since my era. My name is Aristotle, a philosopher from ancient Greece, whose work has traversed centuries, seeking not only to understand the natural world but also to discern the virtues that guide a well-lived life. Today, I find myself confronted with a challenge of unparalleled scale and complexity that your era terms climate change. It compels me to reflect upon my teachings and consider how they might be applied to this modern predicament. In my explorations of the natural world, I proposed a framework structured around four causes: material, formal, efficient, and final, to elucidate the nature of change and existence. This framework, while conceived in antiquity, offers a unique lens through which to view the environmental crisis besieging your world. The material cause, referring to the substance of things, can be seen in the emissions of greenhouse gases, altering the Earth's climate. The formal cause, the pattern and arrangement of phenomena, is manifest in the disrupted climatic systems and extreme weather patterns. The efficient cause, or the agent of change, is undoubtedly humanity's industrial and technological endeavors. Lastly, the final cause, the purpose or end for which a thing exists, prompts a profound re-evaluation of our collective aspirations and our relationship with the Earth. My ethical teachings, particularly those concerning virtues such as moderation, justice, and courage, hold significant relevance in this context. Moderation calls for a balance in our consumption and use of the Earth's resources, urging a departure from excess. Justice demands that we consider not only the impact of our actions on our contemporaries but also on the myriad of species that share our planet and the generations yet to come. Courage, then, is required to confront the realities of climate change, to challenge entrenched interests, and to embrace the transformative changes necessary for a sustainable future. Moreover, the concept of telos, or purpose, in my philosophy invites a contemplation of humanity's ultimate aims. It beckons us to envision a future where technological advancements and economic growth are harmonized with the well-being of the natural world. Such a reimagining of progress necessitates a philosophical shift, one that recognizes our profound interdependence with the Earth and its complex ecosystems. As we proceed, I am eager to delve deeper into each of these themes, exploring their implications for contemporary ecological practices and the collective action required to address climate change. It is my hope that by bridging the insights of ancient philosophy with the challenges and knowledge of your time, we might illuminate a path forward that is both wise and virtuous. In this journey, I am humbled by the revelations of your era and inspired by the potential for ancient wisdom to contribute to solving modern dilemmas. Let us, therefore, proceed with open minds and determined hearts, seeking not merely to understand the world but also to improve it for all who inhabit it. Section 2, the four causes applied to climate change. As I further immerse myself in the complexities of your era's challenge, climate change, it becomes increasingly clear how my framework of the four causes can illuminate the path towards understanding and, ultimately, addressing this monumental issue. Let us explore each cause in turn, as they pertain to the climate crisis, drawing parallels between ancient wisdom and modern scientific insights. The material cause, in the context of climate change, refers to the physical elements that compose the Earth's atmosphere and environment, now altered by human activity. Greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide and methane, have increased in concentration due to the burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and various industrial processes. This alteration in the atmosphere's composition has led to a warming effect, a material change that is the substrate of the current environmental predicament. Just as the bronze of a statue provides the material basis for its form, so too do these gases provide the material basis for climate change. The formal cause, which defines the essence or arrangement of a thing, finds its parallel in the altered patterns of climate systems. The Earth's climate is a complex interplay of atmospheric conditions, ocean currents, and ecological systems, all of which are now exhibiting patterns of behavior outside historical norms. Extreme weather events, shifting climate zones, and the loss of biodiversity are manifestations of this new formal cause. The structure of our world's climate system has been reshaped by human actions, leading to a new, less stable, and more dangerous configuration. In the dialogue on climate change, humanity plays the role of the efficient cause, the agent through which the material cause is set into motion. It is through our collective endeavors, particularly the pursuit of industrial growth and energy consumption without heed to environmental cost, that the seeds of climate change were sown. Our technologies, economies, and lifestyles have been the catalysts, pushing the Earth's climate beyond its natural rhythms and capacities. This role as the efficient cause carries with it a heavy responsibility, for it is also within our power to effect change in the opposite direction. The most contemplative of my causes, the final cause, or telos, invites us to question the ultimate purpose of our relationship with the Earth. In the face of climate change, this cause challenges us to reconsider our collective goals as a species. Are we to dominate and exploit nature to our immediate benefit, or are we to live in harmony with the world that sustains us? The climate crisis, viewed through this lens, appears as a stark deviation from a natural order in which humanity and the Earth pursue a common good, a sustainable, flourishing existence. Applying my framework of the four causes to climate change not only deepens our understanding of the issue but also underscores the interconnectedness of our actions with the wider cosmos. As we move forward, let this ancient wisdom guide our efforts to mitigate the impacts of climate change, reminding us of our responsibilities to the material world, the patterns we create within it, the changes we are capable of effecting, and the ultimate purposes we ought to serve. 3. Ethical considerations in the face of climate change. In confronting the monumental challenge of climate change, it becomes imperative to reflect upon the ethical dimensions underscored by my teachings. The virtues of moderation, justice, and courage, deeply woven into the fabric of my philosophical discourse, offer profound insights into the moral imperatives that must guide humanity's response to this crisis. Moderation, the golden mean of environmental stewardship. The virtue of moderation, or the pursuit of the golden mean, is paramount in addressing the excesses that have precipitated the environmental predicament of your era. In my contemplations, moderation was not merely a personal ethic but a societal one, advocating for a balance that eschews both deficiency and excess. Today, this calls for a collective re-evaluation of consumption, urging societies and individuals alike to foster lifestyles and economic systems that align with the Earth's capacity to sustain life. Moderation demands a shift from relentless consumption to mindful stewardship, where renewable resources are cherished and the natural world is not burdened beyond its limits. Justice, equity in the Anthropocene. The principle of justice, as I expounded, extends beyond the confines of human societies to encompass future generations and the broader community of life. Climate change, with its disproportionate impacts on the vulnerable and the marginalized, unveils a stark injustice that contravenes the ethical commitment to equity and fairness. A just response to climate change necessitates global cooperation that transcends borders, recognizing the shared heritage of the Earth and the collective responsibility to protect it. Environmental justice ensures that the burdens and benefits of climate actions are distributed fairly, safeguarding the rights and dignity of all beings and ecosystems affected by the human footprint. Courage, braving the path forward. The virtue of courage, as essential today as it was in my time, is critical in facing the uncertainties and adversities posed by climate change. Courage in this context is not mere bravery but a principled fortitude that drives societies to confront uncomfortable truths, challenge entrenched interests, and implement the transformative changes necessary for ecological resilience. It is the courage to envision a sustainable future and to act decisively in its pursuit, embracing innovations and policies that might disrupt the status quo but promise a harmonious coexistence with the natural world. The ethical imperative of our time. The climate crisis, through the lens of these virtues, emerges not only as a physical and scientific challenge but as a profound ethical quandary. It tests our commitment to moderation in our use of the Earth's bounty, our dedication to justice in the distribution of environmental benefits and burdens, and our courage to forge a sustainable path forward. As we navigate this crisis, let these ancient virtues guide our actions and policies, ensuring that our response to climate change is not only effective but morally commendable. In summoning the wisdom of the past to address the urgencies of the present, we find that the ethical considerations of climate change are deeply rooted in the quest for a virtuous life. As we move to the next discourse, we shall explore how re-envisioning humanity's purpose, in alignment with the natural world, can illuminate a path towards ecological harmony and collective flourishing. Section 4. Re-envisioning humanity's purpose with Aristotle's telos. In the midst of the climate crisis, a profound philosophical re-evaluation is necessitated, a reimagining of humanity's telos, or ultimate purpose, in relation to the natural world. As I reflect upon my concept of telos, it is clear that the existential challenge of climate change calls for a harmonization of human endeavors with the ecological balance of the Earth. the pursuit of eudaimonia in an ecological context. In my works, I posited that the ultimate aim of human life is eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or well-being. This pursuit is not merely an individual endeavor but a collective one, deeply intertwined with the fabric of the community and, by extension, with the natural environment that sustains all life. In your era, this concept invites us to envision a society where technological progress and economic growth are in service to ecological sustainability and the well-being of all Earth's inhabitants. Eudaimonia, then, must be redefined to include a harmonious relationship with nature, where human flourishing is not achieved at the expense of the planet's health but is instead interdependent with it. Harmony with nature, a teleological shift. The climate crisis underscores the necessity of a teleological shift, a reorientation of humanity's goals towards sustainability and ecological harmony. This entails a profound recognition of our place within the natural order, not as dominators and exploiters, but as stewards and caretakers. The principles of balance and interdependence, observed in the natural world, should inform our economic systems, our policies, and our daily lives. Such a shift in perspective aligns with the final cause, urging us to cultivate a society that respects the limits of the Earth's capacity and seeks to preserve its intricate web of life for future generations. Collective action and the common good. Addressing climate change through the lens of telos emphasizes the importance of collective action towards the common good. It is a call to transcend narrow self-interest and short-term gains in favor of long-term sustainability and the welfare of the broader community, including non-human species. The common good in this context encompasses a stable climate, biodiversity, and the health of ecosystems, essential components of a flourishing planet. Legislation, innovation, and individual choices must be guided by this broader understanding of our purpose, with a commitment to actions that nurture the Earth and foster resilience against environmental challenges. The role of virtue in ecological harmony. The re-envisioned telos of humanity, aligned with ecological harmony, is intrinsically linked to the practice of virtue. Moderation guides us to consume responsibly, justice calls for equity in addressing environmental impacts, and courage empowers us to confront the climate crisis head-on. These virtues, cultivated in the context of our relationship with the environment, pave the way for a society that not only survives but thrives in harmony with the natural world. In contemplating the integration of ancient wisdom with contemporary ecological practices, it becomes evident that redefining humanity's purpose in accordance with Aristotle's telos offers a beacon of hope. As we journey towards this harmonious existence, let the virtues that have guided generations serve as the foundation for a new era of environmental stewardship and collective well-being. As we proceed to the final discourse, we shall explore practical ways in which these philosophical insights can inspire and inform modern efforts towards sustainability and environmental justice, bridging the wisdom of the past with the urgencies of the present. Section 5. Integrating ancient wisdom with contemporary ecological practices. As we reach the culmination of our discourse on bridging the ancient philosophical insights with the urgencies of contemporary ecological challenges, it is imperative to explore practical pathways for the integration of virtue ethics into modern sustainability efforts. The wisdom of the past, particularly the ethical framework I have laid out, holds profound implications for guiding humanity's actions towards a sustainable and equitable future. The virtue of moderation, when applied to contemporary ecological practices, advocates for a balanced approach to resource consumption. This entails a shift towards renewable energy sources such as wind, solar, and hydroelectric power, reducing our reliance on fossil fuels that contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. It also calls for the adoption of sustainable agriculture practices that minimize environmental impact, support biodiversity, and ensure food security without compromising the Earth's capacity to regenerate. In the realm of individual lifestyles, moderation encourages a reduction in waste through recycling, reusing, and choosing products with minimal environmental footprints. Incorporating the principle of justice into environmental policy necessitates addressing the inequities exacerbated by climate change. This involves crafting policies that protect vulnerable communities from the adverse effects of environmental degradation and ensure equitable access to natural resources. Internationally, justice demands a collaborative approach to climate action, recognizing the shared responsibility of all nations to mitigate environmental harm while respecting the differential capabilities and contributions to global emissions. Environmental justice also extends to non-human life, advocating for the conservation of habitats and the protection of endangered species. The virtue of courage is crucial for implementing transformative ecological practices. It requires bold leadership and collective will to undertake significant policy shifts, such as phasing out subsidies for fossil fuels, investing in green infrastructure, and enforcing regulations that limit pollution and protect natural habitats. Courage also inspires innovation in sustainable technologies and business models that can revolutionize our interaction with the environment. It empowers activists, communities, and individuals to advocate for change and hold decision makers accountable. In reflecting upon the ancient teachings and their relevance to the climate crisis, it becomes evident that the path to ecological harmony requires a deep philosophical and ethical reorientation. By embracing moderation, justice, and courage, humanity can navigate the complexities of environmental stewardship and move towards a sustainable future. This journey demands not only individual virtuous action but also collective efforts that transcend geographical and generational boundaries. The integration of Aristotle's wisdom with modern ecological practices offers a beacon of hope, illuminating a path that honors the interconnectedness of all life and the shared responsibility to preserve our planet. As we forge ahead, let the virtues that have endured through millennia guide our actions, ensuring that our legacy is one of stewardship, justice, and wisdom in our relationship with the natural world. In conclusion, the dialogue between ancient philosophy and contemporary environmental challenges enriches our understanding and approach to sustainability. It reminds us that the pursuit of a good and virtuous life is inextricably linked with the health of the planet we inhabit. Together, guided by timeless wisdom and modern knowledge, we can aspire to a future where humanity and nature thrive in mutual flourishing. And that concludes this installment of my thoughts on this aspect of modern life. I hope you enjoyed it. Aristotle out.